What's going on, guys? It's your boy Burrow77 coming to you with my main man, Nick Dianni, over here to talk to you about a little more Italian football. I want you guys to know I'm not just having Nick on to talk about Atalanta. I know that we've talked about either 3 or all 4 of Atalanta matches now.
Probably, yeah.
And neither of us, I'm a soft Atalanta supporter. He's a Lazio supporter. I'm more of an AC Milan guy myself. But hey, look, Atalanta just keeps having really good matches that are worth talking about. So that's why we're here. And that's why we're going to get into this one. Lautaro Martinez is back, which I think is a little bit of a surprise for both me and you.
Yep.
I know word on the street was that he was going to miss this game, but it appears that he's healthy. So that definitely is a little bit of a bump in Inter's favor, in my opinion. Atalanta going with a bit of a rotated squad here. Now, I'm not sure this formation is exactly correct, but these are the correct starting 11. Nick and I both checked. Serie A has been a little bit slow with getting their starting 11s out, but they've been improving each week. So I'd like to hold them to a higher standard, but at this point, I'll take 7 minutes late over 15. So we'll live with it.
Yeah, dude, you're blowing my mind right now. I'm trying to re-rationalize all of my thoughts. I came in this, top down with you with one line of thinking, and now I'm seeing 2 things that I don't know how they make me feel. I didn't expect Lautaro at all. That's a massive boost for Inter, obviously last year's leading scorer. And Atalanta, I mean, listen, they've played more games than probably anybody in Italy so far, so I understand the need to having to rotate. They've obviously dealt with a ton of injuries so far this year. Bellanova, if he's getting his first start, I think, this is a guy that they probably bought to be a starter. That doesn't surprise me. I don't know exactly what side him and Zappacosta are going to be on. Pasalic, who fucked us last week, by the way, while we're talking about it, we all had over 1.5 team total, and this dude misses a penalty in the fucking 95th minute. Is he going to sit a little bit further back, or is he kind of going to be up there where Brescianini is slated on this graphic? That I don't know. I really liked Atalanta coming into this game. I think the line is just a little bit disrespectful. Plus 500 now on the money line to Inter minus 215. That's not to say Inter's not going to win the game. That's not to say they shouldn't be favorites. Just that line's way too far apart, in my opinion. So if you can grab Atalanta plus 1.5 goals, plus 1.25 goals, I'm all for that.
Let me see what the Asian handicap's looking like right now.
I got him at. Go ahead.
You can get 1.25. I'm seeing like minus 152.
Oh, that's juiced. Okay.
Yeah.
That went up a lot. So that's a weird, that's the opposite correlation of where the money line is, because I grabbed it earlier from minus 130, plus 1.25.
Okay.
So it's a weird move in the opposite direction.
I might be working with outdated information. Let me actually pull up DraftKings here just to double check, because I am just using an odd shopping site, and sometimes they are a little bit slow to update. So let me just double check what this Asian handicap is. Atalanta plus 125 is minus 135, minus 130. Yeah, I can get there with a little bit of a half win. I also like the plus 1 at plus 100. That's essentially that's better than double chance.
Get a push with a 1-goal loss.
Yep. What's going on, Gunnar Jacob? Good to see you. Look, I'm not going to try and talk you out of Serie A's top goal scorer. I would be a little bit crazy to try and talk you out of Serie A's top goal scorer from last season. That said, I've been mad impressed with what Thuram has been doing for them. Also, DeMarco in the midfield is really good. He's been finding good areas here. Look, I was talking with Leg on Wednesday, and I even jumped onto your show and was talking some shit, because you had some good guests on that are very Serie A heavy. and I was jabbing back and forth. But look, I'm of the probably controversial opinion. I think this game screams a 1-1 draw and an under. Look, I know how tough Inter is at the San Siro. I wouldn't put grinding out a 1-0 win past them. I don't think Atalanta's gonna be cowardly. I don't think that they're gonna sit back. But this is clearly a little bit more of a defensive lineup we're seeing from Atalanta. I expect to see a more similar game to how they played Madrid, because that's the step up in competition we're talking about here. Your goal here, it's not going to be to protect and not to press forward, but I see a majority of this game taking place in the middle third. So whoever can win physical battles, this is going to be a tackle heavy battle. I see kind of limited amounts of shots, probably a little bit limited amount of offense. And if we see anything coming from either of these sides, I think it's going to have to do with a break. And to get a really effective counterattack, I think you're going to have to wear these guys' legs down quite a bit. So I like a first half under here. So I'm thinking maybe a 0-0 exact score at halftime, or a halftime draw here is kind of a good look, or an under a half a goal in the first half. Second scoring half, I know that's a popular bet with you. Second half being the highest scoring half, I could get involved with that. But I think Atalanta's got a lot to prove. They're obviously going to be upset about that road loss. You absolutely have to convert your penalty kicks. That said, Pasalic has had a shot on target every single match that he's played. So I'm probably going right back to the Pasalic shot on target wagon.
Yeah, I'm with you. Just to even circle back to the question where you started, to talk anybody off of Lautaro, I love the way you phrased it. This is the best forward in the league, plain and simple. Plus 110 is a tough number. I don't know what you're getting, but I don't know how fit he is. That's my only pause. I'm 100% with Oaks. Goals are going to be at a premium in this game. I don't think this is a 4 or 5 goal thriller, which these teams are capable of doing. I just don't see it here. It's too early in the season. There's too many tired legs. So I worry about if he's going to play a full 90. I actually can't imagine that he will. So just be a little weary there.
I think 65 to 75 minutes probably before we see Taremi.
Yeah, so I agree with that 100%. The only thing I'm going to say about goal scorers too, that where the number is just silly. Retegui is plus 325. Now, I'm not saying he scores a goal, but he scored a goal in the 2 previous games. He has 3 on the season, leads the league. Plus 325 is a silly, silly, silly number. So I don't hate that.
You know, and I'm with. You know me, I watch your show, and I obviously like you guys and everything. You know, I don't like to throw around the word lock at all.
Yeah.
Tell me how this isn't free money. Over 3.5 bookings.
I was just going to get there.
You're telling me there's no fucking cards in this game with Inter versus Atalanta? This is a top 4 matchup. You're telling me that there's not a DeMarco card here, a Mkhitaryan card, a Calhalungu card, a Pavard who's a fucking hack back there at right back, and not going to press forward at all either, by the way. If they need a goal, Pavard is coming the fuck off this pitch, and Dumfries is coming on. And Pavard's a hack, too. Listen, I'm still a little bit bitter about almost, I think it's 2 years ago now. Pavard was at Byron, and he was playing for Alphonso Davies, who then got pushed up to the front line. And I'm like, Alphonso Davies is still priced as a fucking right back. Let's smash his shots and shots on target. Pavard got red card in the 11th minute. And I was furious because, of course, Davies then rotated immediately back. And I was just starting money on fire. So I still hold a grudge against Pavard for that. But I mean, he's solid. He is a hack, though. So you're telling me there's not 3.5 cards in a top 4 Italian game?
100% there is. I think you could play the total 3.5 for the game. I think you could play Atalanta over 2.5. I think you could play Inter over 1.5. Play all three of them. I don't care. I'm with you 100%. And like I appreciate always the follow the interaction with the show. I don't think like we probably have to define when we say lock. Like when we say locks, that's just like our play of the week. Like that's not a lock. There's no such thing as a lock.
I know what you're saying. Look, right. I'm just sharpening.
No, of course, but I mean, like we should probably define that.
Torino just got that late goal we were talking about. So anybody who live bet Torino plus 160 at half, you're looking really good right now. Excellent header off of a set piece opportunity, which is where you have to feast on these newly promoted teams. Look, set pieces are so important. We always put a ton of emphasis on set pieces and set piece opportunities, which I think leads us well into my next discussion, which is Cal Halungu for a shot on target. I absolutely love here. Look, I see no reason that they would go away from Cal Halungu being the spot kick taker either. Lautaro Martinez got mentally shattered a little bit after that World Cup. Yes, he did find his PK form a little bit in Copa America once he started getting the big trust back from Argentina. But if I'm Inter, and it's a close game, there's absolutely no way I'm letting Lautaro take it to try and build confidence in a top 4 match where I need 3 fucking points at the San Siro at home. Because these 3 points are going to be massive at the end of the season when we're talking Scudetto race. So I think Cal Halungu for a shot on target is a great look here. This entire midfield for Inter is just full of shooters. Bellero will shoot, Mkhitaryan will shoot, DeMarco will shoot. And like I said, I like how Thuram's been playing. So I tend to favor the match fit in shape Ben getting minutes guy over Lautaro Martinez, but we can't deny Lautaro's ability to finish inside the 6-yard box is just unreal.
Yeah, I agree. What's the number you're getting on Thuram? He's plus 150 that I see. I mean, I think if you can get a better number than that, I like it.
Let me see what I can get for anytime goal here. I'm seeing plus 175-ish over on FanDuel. I think that's good value. He's been excellent in the air too. Again, another set piece target for you off of corners. Thuram's big. He's been excellent in the air recently, so I can definitely get behind that. I'm looking at some shots on target right now because I do want to talk a little shots on target. Look, like we said, I don't know if Retegui scores a goal here, but minus 150 for a shot on target, I think is an excellent little parlay piece that you can build around. Maybe him just to take 2 shots and put a shot on target. If you can get that at like minus 120 or better, I'm probably in on that. Cal Halungu for a shot on target, sitting around minus 125, minus 130, depending on where you shop. Like I said, he's going to take all your free kicks. He's got an absolute fucking howitzer of a leg, too. Like, I've seen this man go Drano top bins from 40 yards outside the box. Like, talking damn near midfield. Like, he will just let that thing rip from anywhere. So, and he's probably your PK taker. So I like Cal Halungu for a shot on target as well. DeMarco, as I mentioned, he has a good history in this head-to-head. He scored one of the goals in the 4-0 Atalanta beatdown last season. So DeMarco for a shot on target at plus 100. I'm loving minus 115, minus 120 still playable. Again, like I said, Mkhitaryan sitting at plus 125, plus 115 neighborhood. Pasalic is plus 145, plus 155. Like, he's done it every game. I'm taking him again. Like, I'm not getting off that train. I'm going to pull up FanDuel here. We did get the little switch off we were talking about. So last week, we were talking about, who are we going to go with, like Ederson or Zappacosta? They were both shooting, but I really like what I saw out of Ederson again. If I continue to see Edison play that way and play in that position and that role where he has the ability to go forward, his shot on target and shots prices are extremely undervalued for a Brazilian who's just going to let that thing fly.
Yep. 100%. He's due. He's due to hit the rectangle.
I believe he hit it twice last game.
He definitely had a couple of attempts. He hit it early on in the game, right? It was
his
the 10th
first
minute.
shot of the game was on target, and then he had a second shot in the first half there. So his two shots in the first half was sitting at like plus 600 last game. Again, I think shots are going to be at a much higher premium this game. I think a lot of the game is going to be played in the middle third, but that doesn't mean that stuff isn't possible. So just talking one shot in the first half here for Ederson at plus 170, I like it because I think that it's going to be difficult to get inside the 18-yard box, and you're going to have to find greasy ones from distance and hope for a rebound off of Sumner's gloves, and maybe that way Retegui, Pasalic, Ederson, Zappacosta, somebody in there crashing the box off of a distance shot can clean up the rebound after Sumner's gloves.
Agree. Absolutely agree. Man, I'm really trying to talk myself into Atalanta like first half double chance. I think it's right there with what you're saying, right? This is a 1-goal half at most.
Yep.
Can it be a 0-0? We cash that. Maybe they get a goal and there's no way Inter scores too. I don't know. Good plays.
Let me look, I'm really interested in the halftime draw. I haven't shopped it around. It's sitting at plus 135 though.
Yeah, wish it was better.
Plus 145 over on DK. First half under a goal is a 250, man. Plus 250.
That's good.
I mean, an exact score is 0-0 is plus 190. Like, what are we doing here? I gotta take that. I'm gonna make that an official play. I'm gonna take first half. No goal. I'm gonna take first half no goal at plus 250.
Silly number. I like it.
Yeah, because of the odds too. Like, look, if you don't want to put full unit on it, like this is more than worth a cup of coffee. Like this is worth a lunch at McDonald's, in my opinion. This is 10, 15, $20. Whatever your unit is. Personally, my unit's $50. I'm gonna be in on this under for at least 0.03 units. If we could get a fucking another Torino goal here at the death with 2 minutes left off this free kick, that would be nasty.
Let's do it.
So yeah, I like Atalanta. I like them on the spread. Look, I think this is going to be a close game. Yep. I think that the draw number here is just way too fat to ignore too. Again, like I'm talking maybe a 0.2, 0.25 units sprinkle, because you're giving me the draw at plus 350 to like plus 375. Like, again, it's a top 4 matchup in Serie A. We saw Inter draw a garbage Genoa team at home 2-2 in the San Siro, which is incredibly uncharacteristic of them. Look, I know they're playing more minutes now. I know they're getting their stuff together. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm super impressed about a 2-0 win against Lecce. Atalanta fucking pounded them 4-0 into the ground. So,
agree.
I don't know. I know Atalanta is going to commit to the attack, though, so I can see some stuff coming away on the back end here. I think that it's going to happen in the second half. So
I agree.
I'm going to go under in the first half here. I like the idea of highest scoring half being second half. I like playing the draw. I like the double chance as well.
I agree. And again, just not to say Inter doesn't win this game. This money line just doesn't make sense to me. There's no way they're a minus 215. Atalanta's plus 500 in this game. Not this early in the year. Not with how Inter's looked. Plain and simple.
Let me see here. DeMarco to score or assist at plus 195 feels like a really good number too, especially with a little bit of a banged up Lutero, who we're not sure was going to start. I kind of liked look, Taremi is Taremi. He's very good, and he's been excellent in Portugal forever. And that game does kind of translate well here to Italy.
Yep.
It's a new team. He only took a couple of shots last game when he got his opportunity. Even if he comes on, I think that makes DeMarco even more valuable over there, playing behind him on the far left wing, with responsibility to come forward there. And DeMarco will play the full 90. I just see no chance that they're taking DeMarco off the pitch here unless, they're winning the game 3 or 4-0. And I've been wrong about fucking everything. Right. Which does happen on occasion. But anyway, I think DeMarco to score or assist, because he's perfectly capable of doing both, and plus 195 is really good value. I think Kalahalungu, again, like I mentioned, he does gonna take all their free kicks, which creates the very good possibility that Thuram or somebody gets a header on the end of one of his free kicks. But minus 105 is not nearly the same value for a guy who's playing midfield, and you're kind of hoping on a spot kick there. So Torino game is final, by the way, ends up winning 1-0. So a little bit of a wash. I did like Torino on the money line. Decided to go with the team total, but I'll take the profit from the Illich shot on target and keep it moving there. If you doubled down at halftime and took Torino on the money line, great job. Nice little win there. So yeah, of all these midfielders though, compared to Bellerin, compared to Mkhitaryan, for a guy who I know is a stronger finisher when he gets the opportunity, I'm taking DeMarco over Bellerin at plus 165 to score an assist, and Mkhitaryan to do it at plus 125.
And he takes all the corners too, for what it's worth. DeMarco's been taking corners, so that's just a huge edge there.
So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Cards, obviously we were talking. I didn't even look up the ref for this game, to be honest with you. It doesn't really matter to me. 3.5 is just way too low of a number. It could be the most stingy card ref in Serie A. The fact that it's a top 4 matchup at the San Siro involving Inter, who I think is full of hacks anyway, is just disrespectful. I really like Pavard for a card as a standalone. DeMarco I like for a card. Kalahalungu. And then over here, I like Ederson. I know that he's a little bit of he's Brazilian, so I'm always going to kind of call him a hack until proven otherwise. And then the left back, oh man, give me some help here. The left back, 22.
Yep.
What's his name?
Ruggieri.
Okay, thank you. Ruggieri. I think that he's going to have a lot to deal with Bellerin, Demarian, and Thuram, so I can see him get a card. Anybody in that kind of triangle there of Zappacosta, Ederson, Ruggieri, I think is a good card look if you're looking to play guys as standalones. Even Lautaro Martinez is high-key like a hack for a forward. He's the guy who's going to get in your ear. He's going to undercut you when you jump in the air. He's Argentine. He's scrappy. I obviously have a bias. You guys all know I dislike Argentina. So, I can see Lautaro picking up a card here as well.
Definitely.
Awesome. I think we're going to cut it there. We got, about 15 minutes till the game starts. Obviously, appreciate you guys all for tuning in. As always, make sure to follow me on social media at Burroke77 on Twitter and IG. Make sure to follow Nick at Nick Dianni right up there in the top left of his camera. Same thing. All the links for Nick's stuff is posted right down here in the video description. Again, I can't recommend enough watching Kicks and Picks Pod. They record or go live right after Leg and I. We have like a 10-15 minute overlap on our live shows. I always tune in right afterwards. It's a great show. So be sure to join them over there on YouTube, where you can find the link again right down here in the description.
Win
So
some
yeah,
fucking money, dude. Appreciate it. Thank you again for having me on as always. And I think we got this one nailed. So looking forward to gloating after the fact.
real quick before we get out of here, you got any cool Labor Day plans? I
Man,
know I'm busy. I'm going to be working most of the time. I'm actually high key thinking of cutting the Madrid live stream. I know it does numbers and people really like to tune in for the Madrid stream, but like the game's at 3:30. I'm doing a 7:30 in the morning EPL stream.
Hey,
I kind of want to get the fuck out and hit the beach and enjoy my Labor Day a little bit.
I think that's the move. I think a little reset for you and Real Madrid might be needed.
We got international break coming up,
Right.
and that's why I'm like, yo, I should probably hammer these out and like make sure to get as much content up before international break as possible, because it's gonna be we're gonna be dying for something to bet on. Like we're gonna be like, wow, one midday MLB game. This is fucking trash.
Just wait till you see me firing off Nations League fucking losers.
Dude, I swear, if you can't bet full units on Nations League.
Impossible.
Like quarter units at most on these bullshit international windows, especially. So appreciate that. Thank you for letting me know. Again, check out the links in the descriptions. I got the Discords. Link if you need an offshore book. BetUS is fantastic. That's where I take my cards action. So I'm going to get involved with the over 3.5 cards here. Sign up codes, blah, 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 all that shit. Most importantly, please like and subscribe on YouTube. It costs you guys absolutely nothing. It helps me and Nick out a ton. So we're going to get out of here. I'm going to run this outro. Best of luck. Hope to see you all at the window. And I will be back tomorrow. I think Nick is going to try and join me for the Lazio AC Milan match.
Should be here. I'll confirm with you in the morning, but you know where not like I'm going to miss the game, so should be good.
Excellent. All right, guys. Appreciate it. Best of luck. Bye. We outside.
Nice.
Yes, sir.